Hello friends, welcome to my channel GoDigit. Today in this video we will extend our learning of interface concept which we started last week. So if you have not watched my last week video, then I request you to please have a look over my last video where we have learned about the concept of interfaces via one example. So we published one application in the BC environment, and we learned this concept of interface through this enum field and these two buttons. Right now, the further concept of the interface says that the interfaces, the existing interfaces, we can extend also. So extend means that basically just like the concept of table extension, page extension, which means that even though the interface belongs to the different app, we can use that interface, we can use the existing procedures of that interface, but we can add more capabilities as well into that interface. Right. So let's see through one example. And what I have done is that I have created a new application and I have added the symbol of the existing app. Okay. And if you see this existing interface of this app, it is iAutomate, and this is the interface which we used in this particular app. Now I really want to extend this interface. So how I can do that is that this is the object extended interfaces.al, and I just need to type t interface, and then I will name it as extended interface, and the keyword we have to use is extends and the name of the interface, right, which belongs to the different app. All right, so this is the interface belongs to the different app, and I'm using it by creating a new interface, which means that this interface, extended interface, now automatically holds the capabilities, the procedures of this uh, different app interface, plus I can add my own procedures. Right, so for example, I can name it as extended process. So this is the new procedure which does not belongs to this original interface but belongs to this new interface. All right, so now let's see the difference between how to use the original interface and how to use this new interface. So to learn, to understand this concept, I have created two new files of, let's say, basically two code units we have to create. So let me create one code unit, which we will name it as implement original interface. Right, it will implement iAutomate. All right, so we know that we just have to use implement interface. I don't need these, and I can, because this original interface holds two procedures, so I have to pass a message like original process, and here I can type original belongs to. All right, so this is these are the procedures which I implement in this code unit using the original interface belongs to the different app. Now I'll create one more file which will say new or extended interface implementation. So t code unit extended interface, or I should say new interface implementation implements extended interface. Okay, so now if I click on this, you will see that the difference is that now I'm getting the two procedures which belongs to original interface process and belongs to, and this new procedure which belongs to this particular interface is also coming up, right? So this is the first visible difference between the interface object and the extending interface object, right? So now I can write down like this: extended interface process and extended process. Let me remove this process, and here message extended belongs to, right? So now the thing is that I have two code units. The first code unit is implementing the original interface which belongs to the different app, okay, which is showing me the two functions, and the second code unit which is implementing the new interface which actually extending the original interface. So in this new code unit I am getting the three messages. However, although when you use this interface you have to add the capabilities to all the three procedures, however these two procedures still does not belongs to your interface, so you cannot directly call them up. I'll show you what I'm trying to say. So for example, let's say now my two code units are ready and my new interface is also ready. So let's try to see the different output like based on how we can run these procedures. Okay, so for example what we will do is that we will use this trigger on open page, and let's say if record dot number not equals to 10,000, then run new interface implementation. All right, else run original interface implementation. All right, so I'm getting this error because there are no procedure as such. So let me create the procedures. All right, so what I'm trying to say is that as soon as the user open the customer card, if the number does not belong to 10,000, then I really want that it should run the new interface capabilities, right? Which means that I really want to run the three procedures which belongs to this code unit. However, if the customer number is 10,000, then I really want that this original implementation should run. All right, so how we can move towards this output? So for that, let me create, or rather than I should create two some global procedures where original implementation code unit implement original interface and new implementation code unit implement new interface implementation. And then what we can do is that we have to call them up. Okay, so run in new interface implementation means that I really want to pass this code unit, and in this I really want to pass original implementation code unit. So I'm passing here the code units because I really want these code units should run, right, based on the card which the user is opening up. So obviously I'm getting the error because in this the parameters are not defined. So let's define the parameters. So the parameters will go like, in the last video we were calling the interface procedures through the interface object only, but we pass the enum object to the interface. So this time we will pass the code unit to the interface variable. So which means new interface extended interface. So you can see that error is gone. So although the parameter is code unit here, but the function parameter is interface. But when we are passing the code, this means that basically we are passing the code unit to this interface, so that now we can call this interface procedures in this way. New interface dot extended process. So although I'm calling this procedure, and we know that this interface procedure does not hold any code, but because we pass the code unit to the interface variable, so it will go to this code unit and run this output. Okay, so this is how we basically map the things. Now similar manner we will say here original interface I automate. Okay, error is gone, and now I can do like this: original interface dot belongs to original interface dot process. So this is ideally how you basically design the things, but there is a one catch here. So the catch is, till here everything is fine. You will say that because in my new interface I'm really interested in running the new procedures. However, we have seen here that in this code unit where we basically implemented our new interface, we were forced to use these procedures which belongs to the original interface, right? So now because we write down the code, we are using them. So let's try to add this functions as well. So new interface dot belongs to new interface dot process. All right, let's build the project and let's publish the project. So you will see that when I build the project, there is no issue. When I'm publishing the complete app, I will not get any error and application will get successfully installed. However, you will see that some problem will occur based on when the published is done. Okay, so until it's open up, we need to wait. Okay, it's opening up now. Let me close this. Okay, so fine, no issue so far. So we have seen that if the customer number is not 10,000, then the new implementation will run, else the original implementation will run. So let me open the 10,000 first, and you can see here that I'm getting the messages original belongs to and original process, which means the original interface I automate is implementations are running. No problem. All right, let me open the 20,000. you can see that first function extended interface, which is the new procedure of our new interface. Okay, but after that I'm getting an error. Function id something something was called, the object with id 0 does not have a member with that id. So that is why I was saying that although you can use the procedures of the original interface via the new interface, but still when you run it on the web client you will get this type of error. Why? Because in this new interface which you have extended, you have called only the new procedures which you really want to add in your new interface. The two procedures which belongs to this still belongs to this original interface only. Okay, it does not belongs directly to your new interface. All right, so basically if you really want to call the procedures of this interface through this new interface, you will get such type of errors. So how to solve them up? Because syntactically there is no issue. The right way of extending the interface and calling the functions is the same way only. However, the basic difference which we have to do in this scenario is that now along with, because I'm really interested in running this process, this procedure as well through the new code unit, because in this new code unit I'm implementing not the new procedure but the original procedures as well. So I'm really interested that this should run, extended process output should come, extended belongs to output should come through the new interface implementation only. So I will do in such a way that I will add one more parameter and pass the same code unit here, but this time I will OG interface as iAutomate. So now you see that still I'm not getting any error. Why? Because this new implementation code unit is not only implementing your interface, but somehow it is implementing the original interface as well through these procedures, right? So because this new implementation code unit is implementing this and this interface is extending the original interface, so it's like a chain, but still these two procedures belongs to the original interface only. So this is the way that rather than I write down these lines, I should write now OG interface dot belongs to and OG interface dot process, right? And if I build this project, it's successful, I'm not getting any error. And since now this original interface object is basically we are passing the new implementation code unit, so we will get the new output. So I will show you. So once it is published, we will see that although the original implementation code unit is different, but you will see the difference in the output in such a way that based on the variables and the passing of the which code unit basically you want to implement through your interface, this make a difference, right? So if I now open that 20,000 card, so you will see that extended interface output, then extended belongs to and extended process, right? And if I open the 10,000, you will see original belongs to and original process. So this is how the difference is, that original implementation code unit, although implementing the original interface which is getting this output, however, when I am passing this original interface into the new implementation code unit, it is giving me the different output based on the code which we have written in the new implementation code unit, right? So this is how the concept of extended interface goes. Until and unless you will use the new procedures only, you will call the new procedures of the new interface, there is not any problem. However, if you really want to call the original procedures through your new interface, you will get such type of errors. At least I am getting. So if you know that I'm this is not the right way, let me know in the comments. However, this is what I've seen, that whenever I'm using this new interface through the old new interface and calling the original procedures, I'm getting this error. And this is the way through which we can run the new implementation code unit through the original interface. I hope now you understand the concept of not only the interface but the uh, interface extension as well, right? So this is how we can utilize the concept of interface in our extensions, in our uh, day-to-day scenarios, based on in which you think that interface can be rightly implemented. So you can go ahead and utilize this very nice feature given by the Microsoft in the Business Central and the AL language. So that's it in the today's video. If you like it, please hit the like button and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video.